So we finally have our NBA Finals matchup. The Celtics win Game 7 to win a tough Eastern Conference Finals. And what a great series that was. Both teams battled through adversity with a whole lot of injuries. Marcus Smart and Robert Williams were hurt throughout the series. Tyler Hero, Kyle Lowry, some of the Heat guys were hurt as well. And yeah, it was just a hard-fought series to win 7 games, obviously. And the Celtics pull it out. Even though they almost blew it, they was up 98-85 with about 3.5 to go. And Kyle Lowry and Max Strus bring the Heat back, but it just wasn't enough. And we could talk about the Jimmy Butler 3. I thought the shot was fine. I don't think it was a horrible shot to take at that situation. But we definitely could talk about that in the comments. But I really wanted to talk about, now that the Heat season is over and Jimmy Butler played phenomenal, 47 in Game 6, 35 in Game 7. Let's talk about Jimmy Butler. Can a 32-year-old Jimmy Butler win the championship still? Do you still have time to win the championship? So I don't really want to panic and hit the panic button on the Heat of Jimmy Butler just yet, because they were a game away from getting to the final. They were #1 seed in the East. But I am worried about the future when it comes to Miami Heat when you look at these contracts they've given out. Kyle Lowry, he's already 36. He's making $28 and $29 million over the next 2 years. Duncan Robinson, who didn't even play, they just signed him to a big deal, I think, over the next 4 years. So when you look at where the money's tied up with the Heat, it doesn't seem like they can get any better. And seeing what's happening out west, maybe they can win the East with this team, but seeing what's going on out west, I don't think this is a team that's good enough to beat whoever comes out of the West next year and the year after that. And yes, Jimmy Butler had a phenomenal Eastern Conference Final, phenomenal playoffs. You probably can argue he's been the best player in the playoffs this year. But we see what happened with James Harden now. He's, 32 or 33, so it's starting to happen to him. And I think we've been, at least I know I've been spoiled by LeBron and Chris Paul and some of these guys who play well into their late 30s. But that's not the case. Those exceptions is not the rule. That's not the case for everybody. So this is more drop-offs towards mid-30s is more likely. And who knows what's going to happen with Jimmy Butler and when that drop-off will be. But as they say, you can't beat Father Time. He eventually will decline. And when you look at this team, I don't think he really has enough help. With that being said, they do have options. The Heat definitely have options. They can go. Bradley Beal is probably the best, maybe the best player in free agency. And he seems pretty set on staying with the Wizards. I don't know why, with how bad they've been in the past, in recent time. But he seems set on staying with them. So we'll see what happens with that. Is he finally going to be convinced to leave? And will the Heat jump on that? Because the Heat have assets. I don't think they would trade Bam, but that's always an option. And then obviously they have Hero and Duncan Robinson. They have a whole lot of young players they can trade. They might be one of the best teams to pick up a superstar like that. So they could go Bradley Beal. They could go Zach LaVine, when it seems like LaVine's going to be out with the Bulls. So they definitely have options. I wouldn't say it's over for Jimmy Butler just yet. But as far as Jimmy Butler, at least playing at this elite level and being the highest paid, or I don't know what his pay situation is, but as far as him leading a team, I definitely think Miami has to strike within the next year or two if Jimmy Butler still has a chance to win a championship. But yeah, that's just my take on it and how I feel the chances are for Jimmy Butler winning the championship. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you like this video, subscribe and stay tuned. Come back tomorrow. I'll talk about why I believe the Celtics playoff run this year is one of the most impressive runs in NBA history. All right, guys, have a good one, and I'll see you guys next time.